Alrighty guys, welcome back to the garage. Red truck's in for, well actually it's just being a pain in my butt. Basically, I'll turn the camera around. Basically, started hearing a rattle sound and turns out cylinder 5 over here is popped the Ringland. So, you know, I don't get why it popped the Ringland. I have no idea what keeps, you know, making this thing pop a Ringland or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's the AC compressor is bad. So basically we're going to start with a good old compression test. I want to compression test the whole motor because my plan is to just swap that piston out because I blew up a L33. That's what this is, an aluminum block L33. So I blew one of those up 2 years ago and I still have the rest of the motor in my basement. So it's got a couple extra good rods and shit in there. So yeah, so if this thing compression tests good, then we'll just swap that piston out. If not, it's gonna get a 6-liter. So I already had 2 of the plugs out. There's number 7. Looks fine to me. And here's number 5. Pretty oily, so I'm hoping the head ain't bad, because eventually I'll show you what that piston looks like when we get that head off, and it's a pretty big chunk. So I got 2 more plugs to pull on here. We'll get those out. I'll compression test this side. That side's kind of a pain in the butt. You gotta, I don't know, you can't really get at all the cylinders too easily. It's an on-3 turbo kit, so if anyone has experience with an on-3 turbo kit, you pretty much can't get at this plug right here at all. I pretty much only change it when the engine blows up, because you just can't get to it. But yeah, we'll see. I might I'll have to pull this whole turbo and everything off. So if that side, the 3 over there check out good, I'm gonna pull this side manifold off, pull the turbo manifold off, and we'll do a compression test over here. All right, here's number 3. Doesn't look too bad. And there's number 1. Looks all right. So yeah, we'll get the compression tester on each one of these and see what she shows. All right, there's cylinder 1. I don't know, is that 170 or so? That's what I like to see. So we'll get that written down. I got the, here's the compression numbers from the first L33 I had that I blew up. I killed number 7 on it. That's what it was. Because some of these were real low is the reason why I got rid of it and didn't just piston slap it. But I really don't feel like buying a motor, so hopefully we can just swap that piston out. So here's number 5, the Ringland failure, and it's pretty much at 160. That's just crazy to me. Still got good compression. I mean, it ran fine. On my first L33, maybe I'll clip in the video if I remember. Literally, when you turn it over on the starter, you could hear that there was no compression in that hole. But this one, she's still got compression, even though you can literally see, you know, about maybe an inch or so of the ring, because the top of the piston is gone. But it's probably because the ring isn't really pinched, you know. It's still free to spin and everything. If it was pinched, it would have lost compression. I can actually show you that piston that had no compression, because I got it over here. My collection of carnage. Let's see here. I think this is just the bent rod from the 4.8. Yeah. There's the bent rod from the 4.8 that came in the truck. And this should be the other L33. Yeah, right there. So this one didn't lose the top of its piston. You know, try to point to this. Somewhere on here it's gone. I can see it on my camera, but yeah, so this has the rings pinched. and that's why it had lost all its compression. Where the one in the motor right now, I think piston ring is still free to move. So, all right, kind of got distracted and quit showing you it, but here's the rest of the compression numbers. There's number 5, you just saw that, and I didn't show number 7. So that's a little low, so I'm thinking we'll probably change that piston out too. I mean, this one's got to get changed no matter what. And I think I'm going to throw a new one in there. Well, good used one, because you got my compression numbers of the last L33. So I mean, like that'd be a good one to use, that'd be a good one to use, and that one would be a good one to use. So I got 3 good pistons sitting in my basement I can use. So I think now what I'm going to try and do, just because it won't hurt nothing, I know I can get to some of these cylinders over here to compression test them, so that's what I'm going to do is fight with this and see which ones I can do a compression test on. Just as peace of mind, so I don't go wasting all my time throwing in new pistons on that side and this side's, you know, ready to blow or something crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that cylinder was sparking too well. That sucker was burning for a while. That plug wire is junk. That was that cylinder 2 right there. Alrighty guys, there's the numbers. I couldn't get plug 4 and 6 out due to that stupid turbo manifold, so realistically it's within 10% of each other, so we're just gonna call it good. I mean, this motor has 250,000 miles on it, so I'm gonna swap out I believe 5 and 7 over here. Number 5's the bad one. Number 7, just because it has low compression and I got other good pistons to put in this. So yeah, I'm gonna start tearing the top end of this thing off. one intake manifold. Well, cut the filter apart, boys. There's a lot of shit in there. I don't know if it's all piston, but there is some metallic-y stuff in there too, so not looking good. Alrighty guys, got the oil pan off and the windage tray. Look at, it's like a battle frickin' zone down here. Look at all the nicks on everything. So yeah, I was peeking up at all the pistons and stuff down here. Number 5, our problem child. Let's try to get this in the shot here. Oops, wrong hole. There you can kind of see it. Hold on, I'll zoom in quick and I'll bring the light back. Found out why there's so much damn metal down here in the bottom end of this thing. That is insane. Look at that, the whole piston skirt broke off. I don't know if that rod's really bent. The rod bent and then it came down and hit the crankshaft. You know what, there's a, oh, let me unzoom you guys. Right here is a really good, oh. Maybe that's supposed to be in there. Yep, right there you can see that piston has some battle scar on it. I don't, after seeing this, I don't feel comfortable reusing this motor. So I think we're swapping her, boys. I think we're swapping it. I just don't think it's worth putting the time in just to have it. You know, there's material all throughout the motor. You know, just seems a little risky. Well, that's a lot of piston material down there. There's a big chunk in the end of the pickup tube as well, right there. Yeah, it really did her good. There she is, guys. The new 6-liter. Runs great. It has over 180 pounds of compression in each cylinder. 220,000 miles on her. She's got a bad oil leak back here, but I plan on changing all them gaskets and stuff. So yeah, there's the new heartbeat of the old red turbo truck. But for now, I want to at least disconnect the transmission from the engine, because my plan is to try to figure out a way to keep it up there, but not use, you know, not be stuck with my floor jack underneath it. So I'm hoping I can like use my floor jack to kind of lift it up and then maybe put it on some jack stands or something. I'd rather not take it all the way down. So yeah, that's what we got to figure out. Quick little pro tip for you guys. If you want to make the converter bolts to be a lot easier to get out, take your oil pan off. Who'd have thought? I wish you could always do it like this. Well, there's 2. I just got to turn it over and get the rest of them. Alright, well, I'm just going to use the floor jack and hope I don't need to use the floor jack for anything. So I made this cool little bracket. Basically a cradle that'll cradle the transmission and keep it on there for you. And it worked out because you just bolt it on like that. And she holds the transmission so she don't fall off on you. It's a pretty slick setup. I've used it quite a bit. Alright. Transmission is down. Now I think we'll pull the turbo kit off. This guy right here. This little turbo. Oh, shit. This little guy right here is the cause of all my headaches. The sucker has claimed one 4.8 liter super bent rod cracked through the wrist pin, And then it also claimed another aluminum 5.3 cracked the Ringland, but this was actually my problem, or my fault. I was running too much boost on 91 octane. And then it also claimed this aluminum 5.3. I don't know why, but you love to be the engine destroyer, don't you? Yeah. You like to eat the engines. Damn turbo. Hopefully she don't eat the 6 liter. Alrighty boys. Pretty much gotta drain the coolant now. Oh, you gotta take the AC compressor off too. Or start getting it off. You can't fully get it off in the truck, but once you pick the motor up, then you can come back in and undo the last bolt on it. But I'm gonna probably do that and then suck the coolant out and take off the motor mount bolts, and I think it's ready to yank this sucker out of there. Alrighty, I got all the nuts off for this head, so we're going to pull this head and take a look at that number 5 cylinder in there. See what there is to see. Maybe. Oh, there we go. We can get her off. Damn studs. Holding her up. Huh. Actually, no cracked Ringland. It's just the cylinder walls are that loose looking. Okay, I'm gonna set this head down. Yeah, actually looks pretty good in there. Get you guys off the tripod. Yeah, that's number 5 with the bad piston skirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the engine down and we're going to take that piston off. Yeah, now that's funny. Just cracked it right off. Yeah, have that on those bigger jobs. Yeah, they like to form cracks. obviously on those edges where it busted off. I mean, look at that. It's like a clean, that's probably the start of the crack. And then it just ripped right all the way off. That's impressive. Cylinder actually looks fine. Yeah, I'd be curious to see if any of the other pistons have any cracks forming on the skirts. I wonder if it's only on the inboard side, like it was busted off. Like that. Damn, look at all the peppering on the rod. That's crazy. Don't look bent though, but she sure is screwed up pretty good. Alright, a little damage report. I had one lifter that didn't want to come out. I'm guessing some aluminum must have got up in there or something and jammed her up, busted it, so I don't know. I'll have to really look over the rest of these. I mean, the rest look fine, they came out nice. And then I noticed, see if I can get it to focus, but I can kind of see it, a little bit of aluminum there, a little bit on that straight across from it, but I'll use some muriatic acid and get that off. But the rest of the cam looks really good. Not too worried about it. Some of it has kind of lines around it, but can't feel none of it, so should be alright. But I'll look it over a little bit better before I throw it in. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. I mean, other than this. That just makes me laugh. Although this is a lot of freaking work, so it does kind of suck. Yeah, I think I got everything I need. Other than motor mounts. All my studs. Gotta take the studs out and that cover. Pretty much got everything I want out of this old turd. Let me down. Damn thing. Oh, don't look at the cam bearings, boys. Don't look at the cam bearings. Look fine to me. Run them. Oh boy, what a mess this is. Got two sitting in there soaking. Trying out some lacquer thinner because the chem dip, although it works really freaking good, it's just taking too long. So I got two good to go, cleaned up. These two are in there soaking. But yeah, this carbon shit built up is just ridiculous. It's insane how bad it is and how long it's taking to get removed. Well, boys, stuff's not looking good over here. Got some sort of nick in the cylinder wall. Boss is out here. And I started looking at the cylinder walls closer because I found all this going on. Two pistons look like that, which ain't good. Which is, I'm like, whatever, I could find a couple more pistons for this. But then I started looking at the boards closely and got that nick in there, which is no good. Which, I could run that, but if it was more like a soft mark, not like a, it almost feels like a crack. And if you really look close at it, it looks like it could turn into a huge crack at some point. I mean, actually, it almost looks like it is cracking down there. You can see that line coming from it. So, too risky. Luckily, the guy I got the motor from is a real good friend of mine, and he was willing to exchange that motor for another one. Sadly, this one has 256,000 on it, but hopefully it's a good motor. That's all I care. Miles don't really mean much. Alright, so here's where we're at on the LQ9. I can't get the lifters out of this one either because of the carbon. So I'm just gonna pull them all up as high as I can get them, and hopefully I can sneak the camshaft out and throw the other one in. I did take out this cylinder to check the ring gaps. They're both at 30,000, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna send it. I ain't gonna check any of the other ones because I don't really care at this point. I just need to get this thing back together. It's taking up enough time. So yeah, I'm gonna re-clean these bores up and all that fun stuff. And ideally, I'd be able to put this thing together tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. Alrighty, boys. Got the whole top end put back together. Got the oil pump on there. Basically, just need to put some covers on it and get her thrown back into this hoopty. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Working on getting the oil pan and stuff cleaned up so I can put it back on the new motor, and found this nice little battle scar on the windage tray. Look at that sucker. Just really nailed it. I'll probably just hit that with a hammer and we'll throw it on there. I don't want to use... I have two other windage trays off the two other motors, but they're just completely filthy and full of carbon, and I don't want to put any more carbon in this motor than I have to, so I'll just hit that with a hammer. It'll be fine. Alrighty, boys. Got the one maintenance item I wanted to do to this thing, which was the only thing I wanted to do to it this year, done. I can't really get a good look, but basically I put a new steering rack in it. Because when you turn to the left, it would like get really hard to turn, like there was no power. But on the way back from all the way left, you'd have power steering again. So something was screwed up in the stock rack, so put a new one in. So I have to get it in alignment, but now we can finally drop the damn motor back in. Yay. Well, boys, the dirty 6-liter is back in the engine hole. Lots to do yet. Trans ain't connected yet, but yeah, the truck just gained 100 pounds compared to the old aluminum blocks that she did have in her. But it's also a 6-liter, so she'll be making more steam for sure. Alright, we gotta get that trans on there. Alrighty, boys. Transmission is up in there, but yeah, there ain't much fluid left in there, so I have to get this big mess cleaned up because it's all getting in my hair and shit. So clean that up quick and continue putting this hoopty back together. Getting the turbo side gasket ready, so I slotted open the holes so I can just worry about getting that heavy bastard in there, and with 2 bolts, just plop it right in, put the rest of the bolts in. Should work out great. Well, a little bit closer. Turbo's on, everything's hooked up for that, the exhaust and the intercooler piping. Here's the intake, the fans, alternator, belt. Put that wheel liner back in. And fluids. I think that's pretty much it. Not much left. She's almost done, boys. Can't wait. Alrighty, guys. She's all hooked back up. We're gonna crank it over for a little bit and prime the oil, and then hook the fuel pumps up. And I guess put the battery charger on it. Alright, see if she cranks a little faster now. She is not a happy camper. But that's alright. We'll give it some feel and see what happens. Oh, I'm hearing gas dripping, but let's double check. Nothing's wet. Alrighty, nothing's wet. Here goes nothing, boys. sure, but get a little boost going here. Something's fucking rattling below me, but I'll figure that out. Ain't no big deal, but yeah. He's running good. Heck yeah. Hopefully she's a long running motor, because I don't want to do this again for a while. Just gets old. Alrighty boys, that's gonna do it for this episode. I believe I'm gonna take the old hoopty to the track on Friday, so I'll do another video on that if I end up going. But either way, there's gonna be a video of me at the track with it yet this year. So yeah, the garage is an absolute pigsty, so got a lot of cleaning up to do. Thanks for watching to the end. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.